So I spent the last couple weeks figuring out the best way to make money while you sleep. And it's been one of the most interesting rabbit holes that I've gone down in a while. Here's 5 ways that people make money passively, even while they're asleep. So there's hundreds, if not thousands of ways to make money, even if you're not actually going to work. And deep down, I think we all want to make money without actually having to make the commute to the office or the hospital or whatever work site you work at. So making money passively so that you can quit your day job might be the single biggest thing that you could possibly do for improving your quality of life in general. So I put together a small list on how to make money passively while you sleep. So let me know if this is helpful. Let me take you back a few years to when I met my wife's grandfather. So her grandfather, John, was a lawyer for over 50 years. He had a great house and a big family and all the newest cars and that kind of thing. And one day when we were all eating, he was asking me about my plans for the future because my wife and I had just started dating at the time. And he told me how his last 30 years or so had been practically spent in like semi-retirement, meaning that he would work sometimes as a lawyer, but really only on days where he was either bored or looking for something to do. So from talking to John, it turns out that the vast majority of his income from about 1990 to present day was almost entirely passive income. And he still did some cases here and there, but the vast majority of his income was coming from 3 things. So he was getting a cut from all the cases that his lawyers won. He was also getting money from some of the surrounding businesses because he owned the parking lots and he owned the land that housed all these buildings. And he also had these short meetings with people where he would basically meet with potential clients and then just pass them off to the other lawyers. So those are really his big 3 streams of income from say like 1990 to just a couple years ago when he retired. So by this point he was making a ton of money, but only really working like 5 to 15 hours per week. So obviously this type of lifestyle takes a while to build, but you can see the concept forming here. So you don't need to become a lawyer and start your own law firm just to make money while you sleep. And there's actually probably a ton of better ways to make passive income than becoming a lawyer and starting your own law firm, because that literally takes like 8 to 10 years of your life. You're gonna go into debt for that almost certainly, and that's definitely not passive. Anyway, number 1, making media content. Probably no surprise here, but in 2023, making media content is probably one of the best ways to monetize your creativity and just to get paid for the stuff that you're good at. And while making content like say YouTube videos or Instagram Reels or music, the creation process itself is obviously not easy, especially in the beginning. It's also not going to be passive income in the beginning because you're putting a ton of work into this stuff. But once you get a solid collection of content built up, that collection of content that you make can continue to make you money over time, and that's when it switches from a regular job to just passive income, since your old videos are still making money. For example, look at Graham Stephan. His channel gets somewhere around 3 million views per month, and with a CPM of roughly $20 per 1,000 views, he's passively earning somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 per day from his old YouTube videos without posting any new content at all. That's pretty solid for passive income. Obviously, not every channel is gonna have the same type of passive income that these larger channels are, but having your old content make you money literally while you sleep is probably one of the coolest perks about having a YouTube channel or any type of media platform in general. So you could obviously apply this same strategy to other social medias like Instagram or Twitch, but at least as of right now, the longer form general YouTube videos still seem to be the highest paying form of content. So whatever your area of interest is, consider being a creator instead of just a consumer. Number 2, dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are a great form of investing because not only do you get a small paycheck just for giving these companies your money to use, but it is as passive as passive income gets because you literally don't have to do any work at all. The only work you have to do is physically open a brokerage account and then put some of your money into a dividend stock. That's it. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say you invest $1,000 into an Amerisafe dividend stock. Amerisafe pays approximately 10.3% for your investment, which is considered really high for a dividend stock. So that means that if you put $10,000 into an Amerisafe stock, they're gonna pay you back roughly $1,030. And most dividend stocks pay either quarterly, so 4 times a year, or monthly. But you'll just have to do your own research on which stock you intend on buying, and then you can just see if they pay quarterly or monthly or whatever. But dividend stocks are great. You get paid completely passive income just by letting these companies use your money. And the more money that these companies make, the more likely they are to pay out higher dividends. It's a win-win for everybody. Number 3, the high yield savings account. So a high yield bank account or a high yield savings account is just a regular bank account that pays you more interest than what a standard account would. So banks make money by using your money to invest, and then also by using your money to lend money to other people and then charging some sort of interest for it, like say a mortgage, for example, or a car payment. So because banks make money using your money, they're gonna give you a small paycheck for just letting them use your money, usually on a monthly basis. And that interest that they pay you is usually really low, like 0.5% or something, meaning that for every $10,000 you have invested, the bank's gonna pay you roughly $50. So that is technically passive income, but you'd already have to have quite a bit of money in the bank for that to really amount to much. So that's where these high interest or high yield savings accounts come into play. So these HYSA accounts pay anywhere from about 3.5% on the low end, or even 3% on the lowest end, to about 5.5 on the absolute top. So instead of the bank giving you $50 for every $10,000 that you have in your account, if your HYSA account pays, say, 5%, you're gonna get $500 for every 10,000 instead of 50, which is obviously 10 times more money than a standard bank. So now we're obviously talking quite a bit more money. So then just by having $100,000 in the bank, you'd get paid $5,000 a month just for letting that bank keep your $100,000. $5,000 a month might actually be enough just to live off of in that sense. Imagine how much money you could make if you had $1 million. That would be $50,000 a month. So see if your bank or some other bank that you trust offers an HYSA account, because it'll make you a lot more money than a regular bank account, like my bank account that pays like 0.7% interest. Number 4, and that is renting out your house or apartment. And this one takes a little bit more courage than some of the other options. So you can actually make pretty good money renting out or subletting your lease. The ultimate goal is really to get either your mortgage fully paid for or your lease completely covered. That is sort of like the end goal of that. And you've probably seen videos on YouTube about house hacking. So when you rent your house out and that rent that you collect is able to cover either your mortgage or your lease from your apartment, that is what house hacking is. So naturally, this strategy is going to be best for people that either already own a house or are okay with sacrificing a little bit of space and time, or for renters that are allowed to sublet their apartment, which, just so you know, is not many people. So if you're renting an apartment like I am right now, and you plan on renting out some of the rooms or trying to sublet your apartment, definitely check with your landlord first, because in most cases that's not going to be allowed. Just something worth mentioning. So while renting out your living space is technically considered passive income, just realize that there's obviously going to be some pretty big drawbacks with that. I mean, one, you have to deal with somebody else living in your house, and they're almost certainly not going to care for it the same way that you would. And you're going to have more expenses and probably more repair bills and that kind of thing. Right, you can still make money while you sleep, but your renters might wake you up. Last one, number 5, affiliate marketing. So you've probably heard the concept of affiliate marketing before. Basically, you have some sort of reach over a group of people, whether it's from social media or YouTube, or you just have some sort of following, and you link or advertise products for people to buy. So when somebody clicks on one of your links and then actually buys one of those items, you're going to get some sort of kickback from that person using your link to buy that product, right? Because the company is going to be happy that you brought customers to their website, and those customers are going to get a product that they like. So then that company is going to give you a small percentage of that sale just because you were the one that supplied that sale. And it might only be a small percentage of the actual value of that item, but that can definitely add up over time. For example, if I link the camera that I use to record these videos, and then you click on that link and actually buy the camera, I'll get a tiny little portion of the amount of money that that sale makes, because I brought people to that company's product. So that's just a fake example. Right now, I don't actually have any affiliate links set up. I'm just recording on an iPhone, and there isn't actually any links for you to click on in the description, but the concept still applies. So a bunch of companies like Amazon and Walmart and a ton of other companies all offer affiliate programs. Now, obviously, it's going to be easier to make money through affiliate marketing if you already have some sort of audience base, or you have a bunch of, say, followers on Instagram, but it can still be done even if you don't. And there's a bunch of good videos out there on how to get into affiliate marketing, even if you have no subscribers or no audience. So take a look at some of those if the idea of selling products and getting some commission for it interests you. So if you've seen any of my earlier videos, you know that the backdrop was getting pretty bad there for a while, and the lighting was a little sketchy too. So I switched up the backdrop and I got a little bit better lighting. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps somebody come up with an idea on how to better your financial situation. Right now I'm sitting at like 39 subscribers, so if you want to be one of the very first people subscribed to my channel, now's your chance. Have a great day.